Good morning, YouTubers. Tsquare here with Tsquare Talks. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. For most of you guys, it's probably early. I know for me, it's super early. Someone actually invited me if I'd go to church with them this Sunday, so I'm getting up really early, doing my video, and then going to church. I wanted to talk a little bit today about gold and silver and the beatdown that we've seen at the end of last week. Personally, I'm happy with that beatdown because it gave me an opportunity to pick up some more great deals before I believe the price does eventually skyrocket. Now, I know I get a lot of messages from people, some people supporting silver because they're invested in it, some people anti-silver because they're just against it, and then there's some people out there that believe that this is just the start of a huge plunge that's on the way. Now, so we're going to talk a little bit about that today because I'm not going to lie. I like the idea of a big plunge because when you talk to these people, they believe that this plunge is going to be temporary. It's not going to be a long-term plunge. It's going to be something that happens really quick. I'm not entirely convinced that something like that can happen right now, only because as stuff just gets more chaotic, it kind of means that people will get scared and shift into gold and silver, which will drive the demand up, which will drive the premiums up. I know a lot of people that are buying silver right now, especially this weekend. It blew my mind that we went into the weekend at a low price, and I'll explain why here too in just a second. I mean, I predicted. You could say predicted, you could say called, you can say whatever, but we estimated that silver would go down to about $22.20. And the reason that we estimated that was because the price at the end of the second financial quarter this year was down that low. And it went down that low because a lot of shorts were hitting the market, huge amounts of shorts. And the short positions manipulate the silver price lower. That way they can cover their shorts with either minimal loss or no loss. It's even better if they can drive it down a little lower. And what they do to get that short position to cover their previous short positions is they put more shorts on top of what they did. So it'd be like me telling you, I'll sell you a dozen apples in a week from now at a quarter a piece. And in a week from now comes around and the apples are up to 30 cents a piece. Well, if all of a sudden I say I'll sell you 2 bundles of apples at 20 cents a piece next month, then the price of apples start coming down because there's a lot of people that will wait to buy their apples. And so the price comes down, and then I get to cover basically the 25 cents of apples because I can buy them from someone else and then sell them to you. And then I covered. The problem that comes up with short position is eventually it has to be paid. And there lies the problems. And that's pretty much what happened to GameStop. I actually just went to see the GameStop movie on Friday. It was a great movie, well portrayed. There was no complaints from me whatsoever. And if you guys have wondered what happened during GameStop, I highly recommend you go check the movie out. It will make you laugh because you got to understand the Reddit crowd, the Wall Street the Wall Street group. But I call it Wall Street Silver now because a lot of those same people that were in the Wall Street Bets group are now in the Wall Street Silver group. And it's a rough crowd. You guys have seen some of the comments that they post, really anti JP Morgan, anti the banking system. You know, we're tired of seeing the little guy just get beat down and the manipulation happens. And, you know, in some of the comments that they showed real screenshot comments, you know, you see these comments coming across of, you know, the man will always be on top. Well, you know, that wasn't how it ended really in the GameStop scenario. It was the little guy that kept buying and holding. And the movie was especially special to me because it was based around a YouTuber. It was based around Roaring Kitty, who was kind of a nobody. I mean, I hate to say it like that. No one heard about him at first. The guy started out, he had maybe, 500 followers, and he just happened to really like GameStop. He felt that it was undervalued, that the system was shorting the stock to drive it out of business just so they could basically fire everybody and make all that money. And that's kind of what is happening right now with silver, in my opinion. The silver price is being manipulated, and in a way that I believe will eventually pop. And when it pops, it's going to way overshoot. Now, this kid, when it was $4, this kid didn't think that that GameStop was going to go to what it went to. He just, saw it as a $4 stock. I put some money into it. $20 sounds fair. $16 is what it's at today. But when the ball popped, it skyrocketed. And I'm talking, it made headline news. They made this YouTuber testify in front of Congress because they wanted to know how a YouTuber could make such a big influence on a stock. And what he said was the little man is tired. He's tired of being stepped on. It's not a fair game. And sites like YouTube and Reddit and, groups they even the playing field a little bit. It lets us talk to each other, communicate with each other. Real quick, if you guys enjoy this video, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. Make sure that you hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps out the channel. And the same thing's being said now with silver. There's a huge short position, and eventually it's got to give. Something has to give. Now, what usually gives is the price jumps. That's why we've seen the price jump to $30, and then they can manipulate it back down again. Well, there's a lot of people that will buy at $30. If the price jumps and it makes it into the news, everybody wants to get into it. But nobody wants to get into it like right now when it's unloved. This is not financial advice. I've got to specifically say that. This is not financial advice. However, this weekend, in my opinion, is a sweet opportunity. There's a lot of online bullion dealers that haven't really had their supply really dwindled yet. They're going to go in Monday morning and they're going to see a backlog probably of orders of people putting in orders of silver this weekend. We have silver spot price at roughly $22, a little over 22. And premiums on silver are still relatively low. $2.50, something like that, which means you're able to get silver for, $25, we'll say. And I think that's a great opportunity for a lot of people. However, if something major happens, then you can expect silver to have a big jump the following week. Or if a huge amount of buys are going in this weekend, once everybody realizes what happened, they could see silver jump up. Now, there's a lot of people out there that are saying, no, the country's going into a recession, the economy is about ready to slip. When it slips, people are going to have to sell their paper silver and gold positions at a loss to meet margin calls on their stock, because they're certainly not going to let maybe their Google stock go or their Tesla stock or their Amazon. It's hard once you're invested in something and you've made money off it, it's hard to ever let it go. You can't see necessarily beyond how much money you made. I'll be honest, I started buying silver, a long time ago now, and I bought it as low as $15. And the lower it went, the more I wanted it. However, now we're up to $25. And when I say $25, I mean with premiums and everything. The lower the price goes, the more the premiums will jump. So all these people that are waiting to see $20 silver or sub $20 silver, you got to keep in mind that premiums could and very well may skyrocket right after. Because companies that bought this, if you just bought a bunch of silver and you just paid, say, $22 an ounce, are you going to let it go for 21 or 20 if you just bought it? You understand the silver market is normally it's a little volatile. It shouldn't be as volatile as it is. However, when you have huge amounts of shorting, you see big swings. This was an opportunity for them to not only beat down silver over the weekend, but put hundreds of news stories up about how silver is not a safe haven asset. It's a bad investment. You're just going to buy it and it's just going to sit there like this is just sitting here now. But the truth of the matter is they know that silver is a long-term investment. It's gone up as long as money's been printed. And I believe that it will keep going up. And I want people to not worry about what's going on and maybe look into it, read into it a little bit more, do a little homework on it. You're going to find out that this play, whether you want to call it a play, whether you want to call it an investment, whether you want to call it an insurance policy, a safe haven, a hedge against inflation. I mean, do you think inflation is over? Do you think we're not going to see any more inflation? They're scared right now. They don't know what to do. If they raise interest rates, they're going to hurt the economy even more. If they lower interest rates, inflation's going to beat them, and it's going to really go up. And they don't want to lose. They know they can't win. So what do? They decide to just, we're going to pause interest rates, but more interest rates are coming. No, they're not. They can't afford to raise interest rates too much more. They don't want to bring them down because then they admit that they lost. And so we're going to see how this is going to play out. It's going to be very interesting. I'm excited to see how it plays out. I'm really excited just for the markets to open tonight to see what kind of pop we get. So whether or not you believe that this drop last week was due to a bad economy and people selling their positions off, or you believe that it was just them short covering like me, either way, silver had a huge beatdown. And this evening, when the overseas markets open and they reset, or I won't say reset, when they reopen the trading on silver and gold, I'm curious to see how that's going to play out, what kind of effect it's going to have on the price. For now, I'm happy. I will also say last 1 year ago, that silver was trading lower than it is right now. And its absolute lowest point was right around the 10th of October. That was the lowest point of the year. And here we are coming up on that right now. I don't know. I don't know how this is all going to play out. It's exciting, and we're going to see. So I thank everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't seen the movie yet, I recommend you go check out the movie. It was a really good movie, and it really explains what the shorting is. They do a good job explaining that. I'm super excited for the football picks this evening. This is for our members event. Right now, every week we're doing a members event. So if you are not a member and you want to become a member, it's only $1.99 to become a member for a whole month. And to me, it's a lot of fun. You get a lot of perks. Every month we do some kind of special event. Although right now, because it's football season, we're doing basically football picks where you get to compete against me by picking your favorite football teams that you think are going to win this weekend, and you get a shot to win some free silver. So it's pretty cool from that at just $1.99 a month, and it helps out the channel, and so it's a lot of fun. And so I've been watching almost every game because it's a lot of fun. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you guys again tomorrow on Tsquare Talk. Y'all have a great weekend, what's left of it, and I hope you enjoyed the Sunday with your family and loved ones. And I'll see you guys again. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.